set it off, girl. You say.
Morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to another special On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin, where legacy and authenticity are the soundtracks to our lives. Today, I'm joined by a true craftsman of grown folk R&B, the incomparable Ricky Jones. With a
Oh,
career that has seen him collaborate with legends such as Luther Vandross, Babyface, James Ingram, Johnny Gill, and even contributing as a writer to the Sugar Hill soundtrack starring Wesley Snipes. Ricky's musical journey is steeped in soul heritage. He joins me to talk about his latest release, Set It Off, a smooth, sensual foreplay ballad that captures intentional romance, emotional depth, and the essence of timeless modern soul. This is a conversation about legacy, collaboration, and keeping real R&B alive. Welcome, Ricky.
hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing today? I think we've already said that, but I want everybody to know that I'm cold. So how are you doing today, Ricky?
I'm great. I'm blessed. Thank you for asking. Thank
And I gotta say this, it's cold in London, okay? I just gotta say it. I've got to say it's cold.
you.
But
It's cold.
yeah.
Is it cold there in May as well?
May, it
May
depends.
little.
The
Yeah.
weather has its schizophrenic moments, so
Yes.
it may be warm, it may not be.
Right.
But it doesn't matter because you're coming over to the UK, aren't you? So
Yes. Yes, I
bring
am.
some R&B fire with you, Ricky.
I sure will. Sure will.
Okay, so without further ado, um, okay, you're also the former lead singer of the Motown group, yours truly as well. So
Yes.
we are really going to sort of unpeel and unpack who Ricky Jones is. But before I go further into the interview, I'd like to ask my guests, who is Ricky in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a coconut shell? Who is Ricky Jones?
Simple, country, crazy. Every bit of that. Yeah.
A bit of that. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't, if you just meet me right off bat, you wouldn't think that. But yeah, I love fun, and I believe in seizing the moment.
Excellent. 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 Okay, so let's unpeel that a little bit more, Ricky. So, you've had, well, let's start with the release of your of Set It Off.
Uh-huh.
There's a real um there's a beautiful R&B vibe because there's this whole narrative over the past few years of keeping R&B alive, the real
Right.
R&B, and what does that mean? So, what does R&B mean to you, Ricky?
Just rhythm and blues, just soul telling a story. Like we grew up on the porch, and well, I'm just saying, just my vision of it, and
Mm.
you're even singing about your day, even in the neighborhood when you got the nosy neighbor um, telling on everybody. I grew up like that as well, but just real music that just telling a story because I believe country is another entity of R&B as well.
Okay. And so in terms of your new release, which was available worldwide from January the 27th, tell us a bit about the story of the of Set It Off.
It was funny because I walked in the studio and in Pasadena, California, and I was telling Keith Andes, who my writing partner, who I wrote that with, and we produced. I said, I just want to sit down on the edge of a chair, and I just want to sing. And we didn't have any lyrics because we worked on the track, and we didn't have any lyrics. And I said, I just want to sing it like this. I don't know why. And he said, okay. And then we set the mic. I got a chair. I started singing it, but then I didn't have anything, any lyrics or anything, and I just started explaining my Friday night date of
Uh,
how to be. And so I'm singing lyrics, singing backgrounds, I'm singing lyrics, singing backgrounds. And Keith had to be fast. He said, "Okay, well, man," he said, "Well, I'm just gonna go with it because you're on a roll, and I can't stop it, and I can't stop you." So that's how that song came about. It was really, even the lyrics said, "Here we are on a Friday night that we were sitting on my couch, and girl, I'm about to take flight, looking at you with your legs crossed, and what I want to do, whatever it costs." But how I slide to her and I put my hand between her thigh, like a gentleman, not in a bad way, but you
That's okay.
know,
Soft
and
watershed.
she can feel she could feel my spirit, you know what I mean? And then she turned her head like she all shy. It was just about the whole date, that I wanted to experience.
Excellent. That you wanted to experience, you said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
finish the song. Of course, I had to move a lot, act like it was a movie on a date.
Mhm.
So I had to do what was in the song. I'm being funny.
You're trouble. That's what you are about being funny. You're trouble.
Yeah, I am. I am.
And you're coming to London in May, so we'll talk about that soon. And so what I mean, I love the way it's described in the brief that was saying, set it off is a smooth, sensual foreplay ballad that captures the art of grown folk R&B. I love that bit, grown folk. So you talked about initially what R&B means to you, sitting on the porch and just these wonderful memories, or it's nostalgia, or maybe
Right.
it's, like you said, it's what you're anticipating to happen in your life. Um, and there's a bit of, if I may say, there's a hint of the Isley Brothers that I can hear around your sound as well.
That's one of my favorite singers. I think Rona Isley is the most patient singer, him and Luther, um,
Mhm.
I've ever heard. It's crazy, just even hearing him sing how he's just so patient with it. It's so I've been like I was dating this young lady, and she used to our brows are pretty thick, and she used to call me Ronald sometimes too, laughing about it. But it's one of my favorite singers.
Mm, mhm. And who else has inspired you along your journey, Ricky? Because you've mentioned Luther Vandross, you mentioned Ronald Isley. Who else has inspired that journey and the sound?
So many different people, from country, from Waylon Jennings, Charlie Pride, to from Donny Hathaway, Gregory Porter, Layla Hathaway,
Mm.
Anita Baker, Sarah Vaughan, so many different people. I listen to every type of music. One of the songs I recorded when I was on Universal was a song called Lost in You that Garth Brooks, aka Chris Gaines, recorded too. I work with like country artists, writers. I love Nashville. So many different types. It depends on too as to how I feel.
Mm.
Well, of course I'm a proponent of R&B like I don't know what. But I listen and write for other people and produce for other people, all types of music.
Mm. Mm. And so, um, I mean, you've even got Celine Dion in your roster of people who you've worked with.
Yeah.
Nancy Wilson.
Guy Roche was producing Celine. She was probably one of the beautiful spirits in the world. And Nancy Wilson, I wrote a song with called "Sweet Love" on one of her records, and I'm actually singing backgrounds on that particular song. Me, Melissa Ritter, and Randy Jackson from
Ah,
American Idol. Yeah, yeah, good friend of mine as well too. Sometimes
name dropping, I heard, yes.
I, but it's like I've been blessed. Okay, let me tell you the story. Like Keith and Anders and I was working with James Ingram. How this came about, Keith was at James' house in Hancock Park, California. Um, God bless his soul. God, I miss him. So I get a phone call, and then it was Keith said, "Hey man, I'm at James' house right now," and then James said, "What's up, man?" I said, "What's up, Mr. Ingram?" He said, and he right away he started playing. They started like playing on the piano the song, and
Mm.
they wanted to come up with the first line. I came up with the first line. I started singing on the phone, and then James Ingram said, "Come on over here right now. Come to my house. Here's the address." Right. This
Right,
this is how I've been blessed on my journey, just in the right place at the right time, and you have to be. And it's not on your time; it's on God's time too. So
absolutely.
I go over there, and we write the song. The first line was, "There I I had stories of meeting a princess, right? So, and meeting love after. And James said, "Oh, we painting the story. This is James." So anyway, after we wrote the song, James didn't know that I didn't have gas to get there, right? Out the blue, after we finished and we're just talking and have a good time, he called his wife. He said, "Debbie, give me a credit card." So she said, "Okay, James." She didn't question. Uh, ain't no pen on it, Rick. Here. He gave it to me. He said, "Go get you some
Wow.
groceries and get you a full tank of gas in your car." That's how I've been blessed. And I'm like, "What?" He said, "Don't question me." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And he said, "We're gonna write another song tomorrow. Just bring the car back tomorrow." But I say that to say my heart is in it. You got to eat, sleep, and breathe it, and you never know where your blessings gonna come from. But he did that just the first initial meeting, me meeting him, and that's what type of person he was. So I can explain stories about Lionel Richie, like advice he's given me,
Mm,
about, like if you're going to be an artist, a stylist, a song stylist, whatever you come into, you stick to it, and this is what you love doing. So it's just I've been blessed.
mm. But you said about, yes, it's in God's timing, but also you've got to be ready as well.
You
You
have to be.
be
You have to.
ready and open.
You
Um,
have. And
because
you don't know everything, Esther. You have to be willing to listen and be a good follower.
absolutely, and to learn, be
Yeah.
open to learning, because there's so many people that feel they've arrived, but when
Oh
you
my God.
have that spirit of, I'm open, if I don't know, I will ask, and that's growth as well. That's growth. So
Yeah.
and as you were talking of all these blessings that you've had and the people that you've met along the way, they obviously saw something in you where they wanted to reach out to and into
Right.
just God's timing, but
Right.
also something about you
Amen.
and also just being grateful, the attitude of gratitude, right?
Yeah.
That's a nugget of gold. There's so much
Oh my
blessing
God. Yeah.
in the attitude of gratitude. I'll share very briefly. I mean, the interview is yours, but I remember some years ago, someone said to me, "You're always saying thank you. You say thank you for the little things."
Right.
And I didn't realize I was doing it, but that's what I do. And
Yes.
but then you sometimes when you sit still as well, which I'm learning to do even more, you
That
actually
part.
I'm learning, I'm having to almost discipline myself to sit still
Yeah.
because in those spaces and those moments, Ricky, you actually see all those little thank yous built up to something bigger or something more than what you even saw.
That's true. That's true. And that's by sitting still. There's so much power in sitting still.
Mm,
Yes. In
mm,
your own humility. There's so much power in that. Because I know it's so many times. Even in relationships that thank God that I remember Luther say he always sings about being in love. Lionel Richie writes about love. It never goes out of style.
mm,
Um, it's about say like if you really believe that and you live by that, things like that will come your way.
mm,
It will never be out of style.
mm, mm. And so tell us, I'm going to be dipping in and out a little bit, but tell us a little bit about your upcoming trip to the UK, Ricky.
I'll be there in May. May 13th is I have a couple shows and I have two. Each show would be like two sets. I'm excited about that, and I just thank God for Moochie that and Sabrina for working on this. I miss my rest in peace Jay Ross because he said you need to be in
Yes.
he said you need to be in the UK. UK, you need to be in the UK. That's one person I know that fought for me and really believed in me too. It's like God's, from Moochie to Sabrina, and you as well. Too. It's like God put you in the path with people that really believe in you. And I want to come in and I want to be blessed in the UK, and I'm gonna bless them too. Whatever God give me and the energy that I give me, I'm gonna give them back to. And I've been getting so much great. Oh my God, the response in the UK is just tremendous,
Yeah.
amazing. I'm overwhelmed by it.
But
I,
over here they love R&B, they love soul.
Yes, they do.
There's a real appreciation.
Yeah.
Especially we talk about old school. I know Gerald Alston told me off on it. He goes, young lady, it's not old school, it's classic. Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
music. And I believe there's also that sense of nostalgia because it takes people back into a place where soul and R&B was soul and R&B, but it's also about memories and what was happening then and the sound and the look.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
whole pop puree around the music
Yeah.
itself. And so I feel that's also what you are bringing because of your
Oh,
sound. And so you're going to be at Soul Mama on May the 13th. So
yes.
that's a great space. It's
I,
quite a it's I think it's 3, 4 years old, but it's so popular amongst the artists and
wow.
it's a really nice setting. So and to get in there, you're blessed to get into that space because summer is the place to be.
Right on. Thank you so much. I'm so honored. It's just this, you keep doing this and you're persistent and these are the things that happen,
Mhm.
and too, also that's just like what you do when you stumble and there's something in you when you get back up and it's your choice how you handle that. This is not easy. When I first came to California, I came on a vacation getting ready to go to a co-op at a law firm and then go back and graduate and go to law school.
Go back, but go back. Where did you come from to
I
California?
from Southern University. I'm from Florida, but I
Okay.
came from Southern University in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I used to march and play trumpet in the band and sing for the band. It's a very big thing I hear. And I came on a vacation. I'm riding around California having a good time Friday night, singing in the car, some girls, and then one of the partners. And then he say, "Hey man, my brother-in-law works for Motown. We should go to his house. You should sing for him." I said, "Okay." So I go. Now, take in mind, I do sing, and I've been singing all my life, and I was singing in a group at Southern and talent shows. So, I wasn't thinking when I came on a vacation in California that this was going to happen. And this is what I mean by my journey. And
Wow.
then I started selling. I started like a song, and then he said, "Hey, what do singers and well, no, what do actors and actresses go if they want to make it?" I said, "New York, California." He said, "Okay." He said, "Where do singers go if they want to make it?" I said, "California, New York, Atlanta." He said, "Where are you?" I said, "California." He said, "But you have to know somebody." He said, "Hello, my name is Jonathan Clark." Now you know somebody. He said, "So what are you going to do?" I said, "Man, I'm staying here with no money, two pair of
That's
shoes."
great.
You know what I mean? And I called home and told my mom, and she got off the phone. And no, she said, "Bobby, oh Lord have mercy, Ricky done went crazy." My dad said, "Ida, let that boy do what he loved to do." But my mama told me if I wasn't a singer or a lawyer, I'm gonna miss out on my calling. And look what I'm doing. I would not change the choice, no matter what's happened. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I believe that. And you
Mm,
yourself, no matter, even in relationships, business ship, friendship, marriage ship, so many people jump ship because this is a hard thing to do. So
mm.
you can't get mad at other people if they don't want to stick along with you on this journey because it's your journey, but the right people God will put in your.
Absolutely. We
So
call, we call it the soul tribe. You will find your soul,
yeah, after
and it's
yeah,
about being in alignment because there's so many times, and I guess, Ricky, you get to the point where you don't expect anyone to come on your journey. You might need a bit of support, but to
right.
walk that journey, because sometimes you're the only one that can get back up because it's your vision and your dream, and you feel the purpose in your heart.
You
And
think
even if it means I'm walking on my knees because I'm stubborn like that, right? Even
me
if
too.
I'm on my knees, I'm still moving forward.
Right.
And I know my boys always say, "But mom, you need to rest." I mean, my youngest son said last year, because I said things are really starting to really take off for me now. Because mum, don't you think you should be slowing things down now? I'm like, you know what, boy, go sit down. I'm just
I know that's right. Oh, I know that's right.
but the dream. And can you share, Ricky? I know you shared a little bit about some of the advice that you were given by some of the greats, but can you share two more pieces of advice that you were given? Um, I'll let you choose by two other greats and how that's kept you motivated and inspired to continue.
Advice, excuse me, I'm sorry, from Lionel Richie. I was working with Diane Warren and I was doing like a lot of demos and making great money. And then um, He said, we were in Nashville, Tennessee, and he said, I got to tell you something. He said, what do you want to do? Because see, I started hearing all the songs that I do demos for other people and making money. I had a deal on Universal at the time, but I still was making pretty good money. And
Mm,
that, well, I need you to understand one thing, that when you're doing this and your soul is going on this, you have to realize that this is what you're doing and other people are doing what God is giving you to do. So like when you're doing
yeah,
demos, I'm putting everything down that I feel that the song should be, literally styling the song. Then on the plane or getting off at grocery stores on the elevator, I'm hearing songs that I did for other people, and I him the songs out. So people would probably think like, dang, I'm copying off somebody. And I
yeah,
really kind of say, it's like, I'm gonna stop doing this. Even though I needed that money, I had to sacrifice not having that money and be an artist and coming to myself. You have to believe in yourself like that, no matter what.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Brilliant. I mean, I can do a part two with you because I just love the vibe and I can sense your excitement, not just because you're coming from the UK, but just your excitement for what you do, because you're
Oh,
in purpose and on purpose. And I that's what I believe makes you keep going because yes, it's hard. I mean,
oh, it's
it's
extremely hard.
dedication. It's a dedication. Um, but in knowing, and when I say knowing, just not just knowing and or understanding, but really fully knowing in your heart, in your soul, in your fiber, in your whole being,
Yes.
this
Yeah.
is who I am and this is what I want to do. And more so, this is a gift I have been given in order to so I got some messages here. I got the wrong glasses on today. Can't But this is the gift that I've been given. And it's like some of the other legends I've interviewed, they because they knew it was their purpose, they said, this is a gift God gave me. And so I have to show up and gift that to the world and
Yeah.
what they're about. And I believe that's what you're about. So I'm looking forward to coming to see you in May. And I'm
Thank you
sure
so much.
everybody else.
Oh,
Yeah. And your details, I'm gonna ask you to share your details as well, Ricky.
okay. Well, I'm on every platform, social media is official Ricky Jones music, TikTok, Instagram. So London, get prepared for me because I will be there. And thank you. I just want to. I'm excited. Oh, Bunny, I forgot. Oh, what's Bunny
Oh,
Free?
free child? Free.
Yeah, Free Child. Yes, beautiful voice, beautiful, beautiful artist.
Mm.
She's gonna open up for me, so that's gonna be exciting. Hopefully, maybe she and I can do a song together while I'm there, if
Nice,
Mooch allows me to have time.
nice, nice. So that's May the 13th.
May 13th.
Yeah, at Soul Mama.
Oh,
And
mama.
Ricky Jones will be in London performing with Bonnie Freechild, who's going to open up for him. So,
Yeah.
Brina, I just want to say thank you so much for connecting.
Thank you so much.
He's been nicely persistent, and I've been nicely, I'm busy. I'm busy. But it was really, but I'm glad that she was persistent because this has been an incredible conversation. Before we go, just one, if you don't mind, just tell us a little bit about your Motown experience. If you
Okay. Okay. So when I finished the meeting Jonathan, the guy that worked for Motown, that Monday I go to Motown. There's about 21 guys in his office, and they're singing, but I'm already in the group. But I still was singing too because I love and enjoy singing. So everybody going pretty much back and forth. It was like American Idol on steroids in that room.
Mhm.
Yeah, but so anyway, we I went on the road, like promotional tour. Boys and Men was on another singer named D Harvey. A lot of concerts we had, promoting the record, and then I grew. Um, and when it was time to leave Motown, in a sense, things changed. People grew apart. I had an showcase and at a place called Luna Park. It was really popping. That I met the Black Eyed Peas there, a couple of people. But anyway, I had a showcase, and I finished the showcase that night. I had at least 7 record companies for a deal to sign me that night. I ended up taking Universal, Jolene Cherry, Doug Morris deal from them. But my experience at Motown was I learned so much. And could you imagine being in a room, Lionel Richie telling you stories about Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye? I mean, and then Steve Wonder at my listening party. at yours truly's listening party, sitting by the speaker and bobbing his head, having a good time. Oh my God. I told him about that recently. He and I talked, and I told him about that recently. He said, "Yeah, I remember that." It was just such a beautiful moment to be a part of a legendary record company like that, because what you don't even real I didn't even realize it. That's until I was like, it was over. Like, dang, I want more. Just the name meant
Yes.
my soul, because we all grew up on Motown.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wow. Well, I am so looking forward to seeing you.
Thank
It's a wonderful blessing. And
thank you.
then once again, Sabrina, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, look out go get your tickets. Soul Mama, um, 13th May, Soul Mama. That's all I'm going to say. 13th May, Soul Mama, Ricky Jones. See, it's bedtime for me. Ricky Jones.
Thank you. That's the for
Thank
your
you so much, and all the best. All the
thank
best. It's been a
thank.
real pleasure. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to click the bell icon for notifications on future videos. Thank you for watching.